Hi, ladies and gentlemen, top of the morning, it's your brother Bolo VNR. We're here live. Alright, live on Bolo VNR 2.0 and Bolo VNR Clips. So I'm live on both platforms. I'm very sorry, but this morning I will not be on camera. I'm moving and grooving. No, I have to react to this. Will Rattigan just busted Daryl Vaz. Caught red-handed, man. My goodness. Daryl Vaz seems to be in a heap of hot water. Caught absolutely red-handed. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Please remember to hit the like button. This is a listener stream. I'm not going to turn on my camera. Like I said, I'm moving and grooving. I'm doing a lot. So tap up the screen for me as you come in. Hit that like button. We're gonna go straight into it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. You ever hear them say, but there's more? Well, what I'm about to share right now is just a tip of the iceberg. But it is so damning. It is so damning, ladies and gentlemen.
Judge's decision was proper.
You understand? Hold on.
The Board of Trustees. No.
Alright, that's not it.
Okay.
Going forward. Going forward.
Because I'm
here we go.
moved uptown. And they say he found that.
Here we go. Right around here.
Yeah, mad with me because me ask questions, about where the money go. Alright, so but them are
like up the live, guys.
because
like
I'm gonna keep asking those questions.
Live fang, what's going on, bro?
Let me see. I think there's oops. I think there's one more that I need to get up there checking before. Let me see.
Oh no! I forgot.
I think there's one more. Just
sorry about that. Give me a second. I forgot to put the stuff in the live stream. Lord of mercy. Let me just drop it in there real quick. And then we can go back to regular scheduled programming. Oh, it's there. Okay, perfect. Alright. Let me go back. We got Mr. Will Rattigan. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go over to Reasoning with Rattigan and subscribe every Saturday. 2 p.m. I believe. Major revelations. You understand? Major revelations. Alright? So welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'll put this one up. This one, and we know the man I watch, renowned producer. I will not use it.
Alright, here we go.
You heard what he said. And unsolicited that it will cause you to think. Here we go.
Mr. Vaz, the role that Elhydra played in the importation process and why they were selected as the logistics facilitator for the buses.
An unsolicited proposal was received from Elhydra.
Let's stop right there. You heard what he said. An unsolicited was received.
So nobody not ask for.
Right. And we know that
can you hear it properly?
under the procurement process, we don't see that in there where you just come up. Nobody else knows about this purchase.
Guys, can you hear it properly? Let me know here.
Intended purchase, and the government trying to purchase something, and you just come up with an unsolicited proposal for what? We don't understand how you come up with that. We're going to show some documents about the proposal procurement avenues in Jamaica. There are only certain ways that you can enter into that sphere where you start purchasing things for the government, and this we don't believe to be one of them, and we'll show you. But let's continue.
It was evaluated. They clearly showed that they were the manufacturer dealer representative.
You hear that? Elhydra showed that they were clearly the manufacturer's dealer representative. Folks, don't take my word for it. Go to Bluebird, go to Thomas, the two bus makers, and look to see if Elhydra is a dealer representative. Don't take my word for it. Go and look.
The two types of buses that we are buying, Blue Bus and Thomas Bus, which are the two major buses that are used in the North American school bus system. That document was reviewed. It went to the PPC. PPC gave approval. It went to Cabinet. Cabinet gave approval. We have already been requested for all the documentation by at least two agencies, and those are being put together, and all information will be released in the proper format because there's absolutely nothing to hide. I just want to say something to put things in perspective in terms of where we are and where we are going. The government took a decision earlier this year that we would not go into September 25 school year without providing a rural school bus. This is something that I've been trying to do from 2023 when I took the portfolio responsibility. I went to Cabinet and was sent back because every model that I work was going to cost the government of Jamaica between $8 and $20 billion. What the children have to go through, on top of which we were very concerned about the statistics that the JCF put out, which is 60 children dead and 700 injured in rural Jamaica over the last 2 years. So what we did was to see what we could implement in September. The only available possibility was to use a North American bus system, the US bus system, which is considered the gold star globally of school buses. And we made a decision also that whatever we were going to implement was a fit-for-purpose system, meaning buses that are specifically designed and manufactured for the safety of school children.
And speaking of that, Minister Vaz, on the matter of safety, the Gleaner reported yesterday as well that the pre-shipment inspection certificates were waived for the buses, with the trade board noting that the motor vehicle, allow me to finish and then I'll allow you to respond as well, that the Motor Vehicle Import Committee granted this under what they described as compelling circumstances. So I wanted to ask if the pre-shipment inspection certificates were waived and the compelling circumstances that led to this.
Absolutely. So I'll get to that. Let me just finish what I was saying. So phase one was what we called an emergency. And the quickest and easiest methodology was to bring them from the United States. The second phase is going to be to complete the rollout of the 600 and odd schools, because it's only 258. And now that we have this 110, we now have all the time to properly scour the globe and look at all the options that may be available that will take time. Either time to manufacture, whatever it is. The bottom line is that we are not sold solely on this methodology, because obviously it has its challenges in terms of the door and left-hand drive, etc. But this was a decision made to be in a position to roll out in September.
So hold on there. So Daryl, I tell people say we're bad mind when we are talk about the door them, right? When we are talk about the age of the buses, and you are going to say the people in bad mind. But you just admitted there that it is a challenge. So it's not bad mind. You just admitted that it's a challenge. People want to see the foolishness, and then on the hear where Will Rattigan say, go and look up if this company, Elhydra, go and look it up for yourself. If they are the sole, let me play it again, because I don't want to misquote, you know. Because they love to talk about people that put out misinformation. Because that was very important. Let me play it again. Very important.
Here we go.
Mr. Vaz, the role that Elhydra played in the importation process and why they were selected as the logistics facilitator for the buses.
Yes.
An unsolicited proposal was received from Elhydra.
Let's stop right there. You heard what he said. An unsolicited was received.
So nobody not ask for.
And big up Ed
Right.
Boy, because Ed Boy are working up.
We know that under the procurement process,
Yes.
we don't see that in there, where you just come up. Nobody else knows about this.
Right.
This purchase.
Right.
Intended purchase, or the government trying to purchase something, and you just come up with an unsolicited proposal.
Right.
For what? We don't understand how you come up with that. We're going to show some documents about the proposal, the procurement avenues.
Guys, on the top of the screen, from a double tap the screen with your finger 2 times like TikTok. I hit the like button, please. Thank you.
Jamaica, there are only certain ways that you can enter into that sphere where you start purchasing things for the government, and this we don't believe to be one of them. And we'll show you. But let's continue.
Yeah.
It was evaluated. They clearly showed that they were the manufacturer dealer representative.
You hear that? Elhydra showed that they were clearly the manufacturer dealer representative. Folks, don't take my word for it. Go to Bluebird, go to Thomas, the 2 bus makers, and look to see if Elhydra is a dealer representative. Don't take my word for it. Go and look.
For the 2 types of buses that we are buying.
Want to hear that? All of you guys watching, go to Bluebird, St. Thomas, the companies, right, that make the buses, and go look up if Elhydra is the sole representative for the dealership in the Caribbean. Go ahead and do it. I'm going to play it one more time because this is very significant to the research.
It was evaluated. They clearly showed that they were the manufacturer dealer representative.
You hear that? Elhydra showed that they were clearly the manufacturer dealer representative. Folks, don't take my word for it. Go to Bluebird, go to Thomas, the 2 bus makers, and look to see if Elhydra is a dealer representative. Don't take my word for it.
Bluebird and St. Thomas. Go to both the dealerships and find out if Elhydra is a sole dealer representative here in the Caribbean. Please go ahead and look that up, ladies and gentlemen. That is significant. Because it's nothing like when you see it for yourself. You know. Go ahead and look it up. And come tell me about it.
Go and look.
For the 2 types of buses that we are buying, Blue Bus and Thomas Bus, which are the 2 major buses that are used in the North American school bus system. That document was reviewed. It went to the PPC. PPC gave approval. It went to Cabinet. Cabinet gave approval. We have already been requested for all the documentation by at least 2 agencies, and those are being put together, and all information will be released in the proper format because there's absolutely nothing to hide. I just want to say something to put things in perspective in terms of where we are and where we are going. The government took a decision earlier this year that we would not go into September 25 school year without providing a rural school bus. This is something that I've been trying to do from 2023 when I took the portfolio responsibility. I went to Cabinet and was sent back because every model that I work was going to cost the government of Jamaica between $8 and $20 billion. What the children have to go through, on top of which we were very concerned about the statistics that the JCF put out, which is 60 children dead and 700 injured in rural Jamaica over the last 2 years. So what we did was to see what we could implement in September. The only available possibility was to use the North American bus system, the US bus system, which is considered the gold star globally of school buses. And we made a decision also that whatever we were going to implement was a fit-for-purpose system, meaning buses that are specifically designed and manufactured for the safety of school children.
And speaking of that, Minister Vaz, on the matter of safety, the Gleaner reported yesterday as well that the pre-shipment inspection certificates were waived for the buses, with the trade board noting that the motor vehicle, allow me to finish and then I'll allow you to respond as well, that the motor vehicle import committee granted this under what they described as compelling circumstances. So I wanted to ask if the pre-shipment inspection certificates were waived and the compelling circumstances that led to this.
Absolutely. So I'll get to that. Let me just finish what I was saying. So phase 1 was what we called an emergency. And the quickest and easiest methodology was to bring them from the United States. The second phase is going to be to complete the rollout of the 600 and odd schools, because this is only 258. And now that we have this 110, we now have all the time to properly scour the globe and look at all the options that may be available that will take time. Either time to manufacture, whatever it is. The bottom line is that we are not sold solely on this methodology because obviously it has its challenges in terms of the door and left-hand drive, etc. But this was a decision made to be in a position to roll out in September 25, and this was the only option available to meet the timeline. So I want to make that clear. So this is not the next phase doesn't have to be an extension of these buses, particular buses. We will now go and do the proper research, meaning spend the time to look through the globe, look at Asia, look at Europe, look at UK, look at all the jurisdictions and see what they do and what are the comparisons in terms of what we have in Jamaica. So that's, I want to...
Hold on, he's going to go to Asia and Europe and wherever to see what they do and make a comparison. Yet, in his statement, he said the American school buses, that was the gold standard. So how do you know it's a gold standard if you didn't go elsewhere and do a comparison and you contrast and you do all these things? You're going to do it now. You didn't do it before, but you said the American buses, that's a gold standard. Let's continue, people. Let's continue.
Make that point. The other point that I want to make now is again reminding you of my previous position, other than in my current position, which was in the automobile industry. The Department of Transport in the United States sets criteria for all states to follow in relation to the annual and in some cases biannual inspection of all school buses.
That is a goddamn lie.
Wow.
The federal government is only involved in the school with school buses as far as design and production, not in terms of inspection. Every state has its own rules regarding inspection, and then it goes down to the school district. I'll let you know that in where I live, every school bus is inspected, not once, not twice.
But hold on there. But wait. Christine, tell Daryl Voss to leave with government alone. If he wants to be left alone, leave our tax dollars alone. Leave our money, spend him own money and go buy the bus them. How about that? But you out order. Okay. But them people are not easy. At first, me see one fall around and one push. But them fall are bad. Anyway, moving on.
3 times a year. There are states where school buses are inspected 1 time a year.
Yes.
There are states where school buses are inspected twice per year.
Yes.
There are states where school buses are inspected every 2 years. So this idea that he's giving that the federal government is involved in the inspection, that's not true, people.
No, it's the first time I've heard Will Rattigan definitively say somebody lied. You must know how bad it is that Will Rattigan said, you lie. You too lie. Not my word. You understand? I only hear what Daryl Voss said. So, I'm going to go look that up for yourself about the federal government and their responsibilities where the buses are concerned. You understand? Let's read.
Pathologically mendacious.
The federal government is involved in the design and the production. So they'll tell the manufacturer that you can't build a school bus unless it has these features, safety features. But for him to come and say that the federal government is involved in inspection, it's not true.
That makes sense.
That's not true.
That makes sense.
Let me go back and hear him.
Transport in the United States sets criteria for all states to follow in relation to the annual and in some cases biannual inspection of all school buses.
Wow.
Those are by certified persons, companies in each state that has the recognition of the Department of Transport.
Wow.
All of these buses have 2025 inspection, meaning that they have passed to be able to be fit and proper to run in the United States of America. Therefore, that is a specialized inspection for a specialized vehicle.
Hold on, here we go. Go ahead. Kevin, you have something you want to say?
All the retired buses?
Yo,
the more interactive in Ratty, the more people
the man say the retired bus, the one when they stop using America, them up 2025 safety inspection. You can't make this up. Let me rewind that. You can't make this up. Daryl Voss, you get caught in a 4K.
Transport in the United States sets criteria for all states to follow in relation to the annual and in some cases biannual inspection of all school buses. Those are by certified persons, companies in each state that has the recognition of the Department of Transport. All of these buses have 2025 inspection, meaning that they have passed to be able to be fit and proper to run in the United States of America. Therefore, that is a specialized inspection for a specialized vehicle.
Hold on, here we go. Go ahead, Kevin, you have something you want to say?
All the retired buses?
The more in talk, Kevin, already, the more difficult they know.
Yo,
We're going to get to a chart. We're going to get to a chart, Kevin. That will answer your question.
We sent a team up there from the Ministry and JUTC engineers because we have a fleet of hundreds of buses, so they know exactly what to look for. Thirdly,
no, you know what I would like to know? I would like to know who was on this team. And when did they go up there? What are the flight? Can we see the flight records of this? The travel records of this? Can we see where they stayed? There has to be some type of record of the people that went. He said the team that went overseas. There has to be some type of record. We need to see that because I don't believe Daryl Vaz. Daryl Vaz seemed to be digging himself in a deeper digger hole. Very interesting.
when the buses arrive here, they have to be inspected by the Island Traffic Authority in order for a certificate of fitness to be issued so that they can be registered to drive on the roads. That's 3 inspections. The reason for the waiver of the Trade Board is that Trade Board has appointed a private outfit overseas that does use vehicles. All of the vehicles coming from Japan.
Hold on, I just found something here, Kevin. Let's remove him for a bit.
Reason for the waiver is what?
And then throw this up.
Regulates school buses in the U.S. It's not just one agency. Let's break it down. At the top, the federal government sets the rules for how buses are built. Think crash protection and flashing lights. Then states decide inspections, driver rules, and routes. Finally, local school.
Hold on.
Wanna hear that?
Hold on.
Wanna hear that?
Who decides inspections?
Okay.
I could go back and you know what I'm saying? The federal government is responsible for the construction of buses for safety features, right? Because you have to make sure that you have the arm that comes out, you have the flashing lights. So you cannot build a school bus unless these things are involved in the manner. You know, these things come on the bus. You must have these things.
Yeah.
But then, as far as inspection, I could go back.
Districts handle daily safety check.
I could go back.
Who regulates school buses in the U.S.?
Yes.
It's not just one agency.
Yes.
Let's break it down.
Yes.
At the top, the federal government sets the rules for how buses are built.
Yes.
Think crash protection and flashing lights. Then states decide inspections, driver rules, and routes. Finally, local school districts handle daily safety checks. 3 layers, 1 goal: protecting children.
Wanna hear that?
I've always said to people, do not trust the words of politicians. Do not trust the words of politicians.
I have never seen a man so
They are not
Mighty
Back to a
God.
politician.
sanctioned by the Department of Transport in relation to school buses, and there is a completely inferior inspection as it relates to buses. They inspect used motor vehicles across the board, and we import maybe 1,000, 2,000 a month. So that's what they do, and therefore it would have been a waste of taxpayers' money because the report that they would generate would not come to the criteria that is required by the Department of Transport, as they are not certified in relation to school buses. So again, I take all...
Yo, so Daryl Vaz, you are trying to convince us that they was trying to save our tax dollars by waivering the bus them from getting tested. Yo, whose mans is this, bro? Whose mans is this? Y'all believe this bullshit? Yo, let me play that again. Wait, what? Yo, I can't believe this.
I've always said to people, do not trust the words of politicians.
Yeah,
Do not trust the words of politicians.
Come on,
I
man.
have never seen a man so
They are not
Now back to a politician.
sanctioned by the Department of Transport in relation to school buses, and there is a completely inferior inspection as it relates to buses. They inspect used motor vehicles across the board, and we import maybe 1,000, 2,000 a month. So that's what they do, and therefore it would have been a waste of taxpayers' money because the report that they would generate would not come to the criteria that is required by the Department of Transport, as they are not certified in relation to school buses. So again, I tick all the boxes. You know why? Because I know my name is the easiest name to call. And therefore, anything that Daryl does, he does it not only to the best of his ability, but he makes sure that he ticks off all the boxes that are required to make sure that in this case we get value for money. They talk about
We're going to find out if we got value for money.
but these buses were decommissioned. Again, another wicked, evil piece of information. All of them have 2025 inspection stickers by the Department of Transport.
People, remember.
Wow.
What?
Remember now, the federal government, if you go back and you just Google people, whether or not the federal government gets involved with the inspection of buses, the answer is going to be no.
Absolutely
That's a
not.
state function and a local district function.
Right.
No. Then he said that they all have 25 years. Go ahead.
Where is
No.
that inspection? I'd like to see it, please, and
Yes,
thanks.
more seat.
Well, we're asking for all of the documents.
Yes.
But the idea that the federal government is involved with all of these things, the answer is no. He's taking it too far. I don't know who's trying to convince, but it's not even a matter of convincing people. It's just a flat out lie. That's what it is. It's just a flat out lie.
But Ratty,
Go ahead.
you know what is really crazy about the whole situation with Minister Vaz?
Yes.
Because Minister Vaz keeps on lying from the very clip started.
Yes.
He said that Elhydra was the sole importer of the buses, these buses,
Yes.
in Jamaica and in the Caribbean. That's what he told the Jamaica Observer in Ratty. No, I have checked far and wide in the Eastern Caribbean, and there is no country that is asking Elhydra to bring in these buses. A matter of fact, the very few islands that have them is about 4 out of the 9 that have them.
Yeah.
And the 4 out of the 9 have imported them personally through their ministries of education.
Right.
Thank you,
So
sir.
this notion that the Minister Vaz somehow, like Christopher Columbus, discovered a new way how to bring buses to Jamaica.
Yes.
We must mash down that lie.
Mash down that lie.
Because the buses in the Eastern Caribbean are from 2018, so they are 2018 made.
Yes.
Yeah, and they are they cost them in the region of 18,000. So how could all a model bus cost the same price?
That's it couldn't be. It couldn't be. It's a farce. Because I want to finish up this piece and I want to show people.
Appointed inspectors in
Fall
every
them
state
mad
that
in
they
right
work
now,
for.
they fall them.
Yes, so that is absolute rubbish. And
They will look
secondly,
push them like
they
a
have
whoa.
Cummins diesel engines that have a lifetime of up to 500,000 miles,
I bet you they
and
will
a
find.
Allison transmission, one of the best transmissions known, and Cummins diesel engines, internationally renowned. The highest mileage on a bus is 170,000 kilometers. The lowest is about 60,000. They are doing 15 to 20,000 miles per year because they travel in the morning and the evening and are not regular buses that are plying the routes 12 to 18 hours a day. Therefore, if you do the math, you will see that these bus engines and transmissions have between 10 and 15 years of life left for the Jamaican people to benefit from. I go further.
No, Jamaica. No. No, Daryl Vaza try to convince you say them buses have 10 or 15 years left in them. Hey, I want to remember that, I want to mark that down, because you see a God and time, and it's not going to take a long time for them buses to start to be a problem. You just watch. You hear the man say? Them have 15 good years left in them. Mighty God. I could continue. I just him say that now. Me not say another word. I could play the tape.
The average age of the buses is 10 years old. That's the average, 10 to 11 years.
All right.
Let me remove this.
All right. So here we go now, people. Me talk about this already and I'm going to talk about it again. When you're going to talk about the average ages of the buses, it is deceptive. And let me tell you why. You have to deal with each bus on an individual basis based off the years that it has on the road and also the mileage. So you can't do an average age of the buses. It is a deception to do that, ladies and gentlemen. Because we have some of the buses are 10-year-old and then some of them are 18. And when you average it out, it is somewhere between 10 and 18. You don't understand what I'm saying? It is a deception for him to use an average age of the buses being 10 years old. And we want to challenge that. We want to see the documentation of all the buses. We want to see the age and mileage of all the buses so we can have a true reflection of the numbers of which he's talking about. Because you cannot qualify buying an 18 or a 17 or a 14-year-old bus because the other bus them are 10-year-old. That don't make no sense. How much of the bus them is 10-year-old? Is it 20 of them? How much of them is 12-year-old? Is it 20 of them out of the 110? We need to know what is the exact age of each bus. If you have 25 buses that is over 10 years old, they are a liability. They are going to cost you the retrofitting, the fixing. Them only get 1 year parts as far as them say. After 1 year now, they only those monies to fix those buses is coming out of our tax dollars. Who is assigned to fixing the buses? Which engineers are they using? Is it that's why all like China them have been up shop at Jamaica? Is the money going to the Chinese? I'm just asking. Right? It's crazy. All of this is insane. One big ball of madness. And it don't make no sense. And people out here trying to justify this. The man should have bought brand new 2024, 2023, and 2022 and 2021 buses. Period. Or 2022. Brand new bus the man should have buy. We don't have to worry about the parts and them something if you have 5 years. Right? We don't have to worry about no bag of broke down, transmission, no problem. We don't have to, you know, see how Jamaica road bad. Come on, man, talk to me now, man. And all of this happening just at the cusp of an election. You know, see how them walk around the bus them and try to galvanize the people and vote for them because they have the whole bus them. Gloria walk
Kevin,
on.
they show the people
this man is
the one give me the thing there, Kevin. The
give me the woman
invoice, and then after the invoice, you give me what the company said. Just give me the invoice. Give me the invoice, the company, and then we do a live. We're going to do a live demonstration, people. We're going to do a live demonstration and show you something.
Yeah.
And lie them live.
Man, they wicked, yeah, man. Me nah lie, brother.
So Jeffrey's a lie demonstration?
It get worse.
No.
Demonstration.
Vaz is a lie, you lie.
I think
the input right on about that.
No, it's this one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Was I coolest thing never see, man.
No, it's this one.
I'm skill, man. Me nah lie, I'm skill.
This one. All right. Now put up this, people. I want you to follow me. And Kevin, what I want you to do is find the company out in Vegas, the one we talk about the life of the thing, and then we're going to do a live demonstration for the people.
What the video?
No, not the video. I'm going to put this up, and then what I needed to do is then find the comment made by the company where most of the buses came from about the life of the vehicle. All right, let me put this on and go and talk to them first.
Yeah.
This is an invoice that's been circulating, and I haven't heard the minister say that it is a bogus
invoice.
I haven't heard that. And if you look at the top left, you see Triari Advisors, and they're located in Chicago, and apparently they bought the buses. See your buyer. Now, what you'll hear in another video I'm going to play, and I'm preparing you for it. You're going to hear the minister say that the buses are only paid for when they land in Jamaica, when they reach Jamaica. Now think about this.
Yeah.
How could that happen? You're buying 120 buses from overseas and you pay no money for them.
Wow.
You pay nothing until when they land at Jamaica. Now if you're doing business in America, you get a call from somebody saying they want to buy a fleet of buses from you, but we're not paying you any money until when the buses get to Jamaica.
Yes.
Would you do that?
Yes.
Unless unless you know the people you're dealing with. So we're looking into this triare to figure out what's the relationship between this person and this company and government officials in Jamaica. We're doing that. Next week, we're going to have hopefully they'll finish with it.
That makes sense, you know. Because nobody can call me from America and tell me, say, you know, I want to buy your house. No, better than that, something we can ship. I want to buy your car. It's a rare model, and I want to buy your car. But when you send it over, I will send you the money when I actually get it. It's not happening. It is not happening. Unless, like Rattigan said, it's somebody that you know. And it's a friend. A long-time friend. Somebody that really trusts you. Somebody that you have a relationship with for a very, very long time. That makes sense, don't people? It makes sense. Let's continue. I'm telling you, all of this is very interesting.
You'll have an exposure on that company and whoever's behind the company, because you don't, if they're gone to Bluebird or Thomas and say, we need the buses, send them, and then when them get here, then we pay you. That's not how business is done.
No.
That's the first thing. No, the other thing is that you'll hear him say in another video that the buses, they're paid for when they arrive. But then look at this. No fooling, no woman, no fool. Look on this.
Hey,
look right here.
Daryl,
it says prepay. No, my understanding of prepay is that you pay before. Before.
Yes.
You pay before.
Yes.
Right? So, and this is dated June 13th. So the date right there, so dated June 13th. Right. So what this is saying is that all of these buses listed here, they were already, the government of Jamaica already paid them for these buses.
Oh, okay.
Keep that in mind.
Yes.
Now, you see all of these buses right here, 20-something of them. See all of these buses, and the prices are over here. The price is there. And Triari, they tell you the price for each. First one, 18,985, right? And then when you go to the bottom of this, you see that this is right here, that they're shipping them from Port Everglades,
Port Miami,
and Port Miami.
Port Miami.
So what they have 25 ship, 25.
One from Port Everglades and 25 from Miami.
Right. So what they're telling you is that this price right here, I doubt it very much that these prices you see here, that they're shipping prices.
Nobody needs.
You know why I doubt it very much? This is 26 buses or thereabouts. Look at the price right here. If it's shipment, look at the prices they're paying to ship. Almost you're approaching $500,000 to ship 26 buses. And remember, we bought 110. So it can't be that. That's not shipping costs. Anybody who tell you that the $20,000 here, that shipping costs, can't be shipping costs. You know that's not the case. So we're asking for the documents to be provided so that we can look into the real cost. And see, we know that, and see the exempt right here, the export right here, they exempt. They don't pay any, I guess, Florida tax. They don't pay any tax at all. And we know it left Florida here. Now, what I want to show you, you know what, Kevin, let's do, where the thing there, let's, folks, what we're going to do now, you see they have the VIN number, right? And you hear him say that the age of the bus and all of that stuff. What we're going to do now, we're going to show you, because you hear him talk about the federal government this and gold standard and this. We're now going to go and query the federal government database and see what they have to say about some of these buses. We're not going to do the whole thing. We're going to do, he has right here, he has Thomas buses and Bluebird buses. Yeah. Now, what we're going to do, let me pull up the VIN number, and then we can take a look, and then we go from there. Right. 1 second, please.
I have never seen such a pathologically mendacious person.
Give me the woman them.
More than tacos with my mouth.
A woman make me happy and me joyful. People like up alive them and I want to do to me.
The VIN number too long for me to remember it. So,
what are you doing?
But I want to do a couple of them, so I need to get back. Okay. Is it? All right, here we go. All right, folks. You see the first one, we're going to do a couple of these invoices.
Let me say in English, yeah? Good evening, or good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Could you kindly please tap the like button? If you're using your mobile phone, all you have to do is tap the screen twice like TikTok. pop up. That's all you have to do, and then that will have you hit the like button. If that's not working for you, look at the top left of your screen on your phone. You will see 3 dots. All right, your 3 dot symbol. That's the menu symbol. When you click that symbol, it will open up, and you will see the like button. You will see the share button, the dislike button, and everything else. That is how you hit the like button. If you're watching the program all this time, I think that, well, if you're listening to the program all this time, I think that you like what you're hearing, so you would be somebody that would hit the like button, yeah? So go ahead and hit the like button. Do not bad mind the like button. It's free. For those that want to go above and beyond, that appreciate the platform and these reactions and, my thoughts and opinions, we have the donation information that is pinned at the top of the comment section, yeah? Right? All you have to do is check that out. We have the Cash App, the PayPal, and also the Zelle info. If you're going to Zelle me, all you got to do is hit me up on Instagram at Win with Bolo with the receipt, the screenshot. Or you can hit me up on WhatsApp at 1-876-451-6535. That's 1-876-451-6535. Thank you kindly. Let's get back to it, yeah? And thank you to the people that have hit the like button. I appreciate y'all very much. Let's go.
VIN numbers, and see what they have to say. The federal government have to say. Hold on, Kevin. Let me just get the EV. Where's that website? You remember the website?
Yeah.
It's in here. Where is it?
Those are the newer things. So we have to scroll up in the telling the people that.
Where's it?
Big up,
You're gonna scroll up.
Hold on there.
Okay.
There we go.
Is it this? No, I don't see it.
I don't know why these people hate the like.
Oh, here it is.
So
There it is.
All right, folks. Just so somebody can say that we are creating things around here and we are liar or whatever. If you can make this bigger, Kevin. Let me just put people up top what this is. These people, you hear me talk about the Federal Transport and Safety Board and all this. This is their website. If you look right here, you see it says top left, United States Department of Transportation.
Right.
And below it, it says National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. This is the organization that he says is responsible for inspection. All right. What we're going to do now is this. Every vehicle manufactured in the United States, they have to send their VIN numbers into this database. And this database can tell you where the vehicle was made, and it can give you some additional information about the vehicle. It's a tracking thing, right?
Right.
Now, let's go down to right here where it says VIN decoder. So now we're going to put up the first one. Let's get the VIN number. All right, the VIN number for the first one is this.
All right, so you call it and I type it.
Okay, the first one is 1T7YR4E2XA11286. All right, that's the first one on the invoice I just showed you. That's a VIN number. Now let's decode and see what does the federal government say about this vehicle.
Yeah.
Here we go. Decode VIN. Remember? Here it is right here, people. It's a 2010 bus.
That's 15 years
No, they
old.
said that. That's 15 years old.
That's 15
No, they say
years
that
old.
2010, they say that what they do, and this is standard language I put in the federal database, that the year may be incorrect. And so if you have the number, if you have the year, then put it in as well. But here it is right here. The manufacturer, Thomas Built Buses. See it right there? So big it up for them, Kevin, so that people can see. All right. Here it is right here.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Thomas Built Buses, model year 2010. And there it is. It's a school bus.
Jerry, big up.
Right there. And then you can get other information about this bus. Like you said, it's a 6-cylinder, diesel, Cummins, tells you all of that stuff. And it comes with airbags. It comes with, and it was made in North Carolina. You can get a ton of information from this website regarding that. So now that's the first one.
Yeah.
Kevin, let me give you another one. I'm going to go to the middle of the deck now and pick out one. And that was a Thomas bus. You know what? I don't go to the middle. I don't even want to go to the middle of the deck. Let's pick another Thomas bus. You ready?
Yeah, man, let's go.
All right, let's go. U, Z, A, B, as in boy, R, V, U.
V as in Victor?
No, man, not V in a Victor. It's 4 U, Z, A, B, R, D, U. D, U, R, yeah. 8, E, C, F, 2 Fs, 6, 2, 3. All right, now let's decode and see what we have right or so. All right.
Hero.
That one is a Freightliner.
See the way I have here now? It's a chassis.
Chassis.
What? Somebody put the bus, somebody put the body of the bus. This is a chassis, it's a school bus chassis. That's how it didn't start out as a school bus, it started as a chassis. When I say school bus, it started as a chassis for a school bus, but this is that's why it's a incomplete school bus chassis. Right? Now let's look at the year.
Oh, almighty.
That's a 2014, that's 11 years old. That a chassis come off of the production line. There it is. Now again, they put the language saying incomplete vehicle. Please be advised that the vehicle may have been altered and may not be an accurate representation of the vehicle in its current condition. And the vehicle decoded for this VIN may be incorrect. Now they put that standard language. They put that there in all of them. But I can tell you that if this is not a 2014 chassis, it's not far from being a 2014 chassis. But it's a chassis.
Sorry, Mr. Rattigan.
Yeah.
What do they need a bus chassis for?
Because what happened is that this company, I wish I could tell you, Freightliner, they make the chassis, and then they sell it to these companies, and then the companies, they put the bus, they put the the seat and the cover, the whole skin and everything, they put it on it. But it came from that vehicle. If you want to talk about the birth of that vehicle, it's from Freightliner, and Freightliner just make the chassis, and then apparently them sell the chassis, and then another company will put the bus on it. But it's 2014.
So how long ago? The minister planned to put something on the chassis then?
Well, when he got it, it's a bus. But this is how this bus started out.
Okay.
When he got it was a bus. Kevin, give me one more. Just give me one. Let's take another Thomas. All right, let me give you. All right, try this one, Kevin. One. No, wait. Hold on. That's a Bluebird. Let's try a Thomas. No, that's all right. Let's try this one. Yeah. 1 BA.
1 boy.
Yeah. BK.
Beta. K.
Yeah. CPA.
Daryl,
9 Victor.
with more questions.
B as in boy.
Okay.
F2. 75. 413.
413.
All right, let's decode. All right, there we go. It's a 2011 bus. You see that, people? 14 years old.
14-year-old.
But hold on, Mr. Rattigan. At what age can they bring in vehicle into Jamaica again?
Well, what happened? They got an exception to the rule. That's what they said. We have to see the exception, We haven't seen. We heard about it. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen the exception.
Jesus, mercy, make it hurt me.
Here's what we're going to know, Kevin. You find let me go back to the invoice. Let me go back to the invoice and show the folks something here. Hold on a second. Oh, come on. All right. See this invoice here, people? See this invoice from Triari? This invoice, we are working hard on this. When I say we have people that are scouring the field to find out what they can about this whole bus thing in a rural school bus program.
Want to hear that?
We got word last night that you see the Bluebird buses right here. Set this from right here. Let me show you. These buses. These buses, and I'm waiting for the paperwork to come, but we were told that these buses came from one dealer. They came from one dealer. They came from one spot, and that spot is a place in Vegas. Kevin, which part? Which what do you think now? And forgive me, people, because what happened is that we had to.
You're using the
we can't
pipe?
put these things in order because they're all over the place. When I say all over the place, because the minister is all over the place. We have to be all over the place. I chase behind him.
You're using the pipe?
Okay, here we go. Therefore, all over the place. I chase behind him. Forget to the bottom of things. All right, here, just saw it here a while ago. Well, give me 1 second. 1 second, people. Okay, here it is. Now, that company is called Las Vegas Bus Sales. They said, from what we've been told, the first batch of bus, the first bus is a Thomas bus. Don't count that. The Bluebird buses, we have been told that these buses, at some point or another, they went through a dealer, or they went to a dealer in Vegas. And the information we received is that that dealer is Las Vegas Bus Sales. We're going to verify it with them, but that's what we were told. But here's what Las Vegas Bus Sales say about school buses.
Yes.
Here. Big that up for me there, Kevin. Yeah. Thank you, sir. No, big bright up right the
when you forgot a little bigger.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, now we go back up, people. See the name of the company here? Las Vegas Bus Sales, right? In Vegas. Now, here's what Vegas Bus Sales about school buses.
Again.
Look at that. It says 12 years is the average life expectancy of a school bus. 12 years.
So that means that the boss them, well, Las Vegas sell that individual there who call himself a minister. They want to get rid of the boss then. Because the past years.
Well, here's the thing. We don't know if we know Triori or Triori. They're the ones who produce the invoice. But when we have somebody looking into this, and when the person came back and said, listen, these buses here, they came from a place in Las Vegas. They said at some point the buses touch base with this company here. At some point. And what we do, we go to the website. Let's assume for the sake of the conversation that the buses did pass through Vegas. This distributor for buses. Now we know that some of those buses, they're what? They're 14 years old.
Yeah.
They're 11 years old.
Yeah.
They're 10 years old. This same company is saying 12 years is the average life expectancy.
Right.
So if you buy a bus from them and it's 11 years old, then you know that you really are dealing with 1 year of life expectancy left in that bus.
Yes.
And if you buy a bus that's 14 years old, it's gone past the life expectancy. So you can't pay no only for money for that bus there.
Yes.
Look at what it says. It says 12 years is the average life expectancy of a school bus. But if you aren't regularly performing thorough inspections on the wheels, brakes, fluids, lights, emergency equipment, etc., it will not last this long.
Wow.
Rattigan.
So hold on there.
Yes, sir.
So break.
You know,
So people, wanna hear that, right? So 12 years of the life expectancy. And there's a caveat to that. Because if you're not doing proper inspection on those areas that he just mentioned, it's gonna be significantly less. Avery, big up yourself. Welcome to the platform. Salute to all my new subs. I have a significant amount of new subscribers in the last few days. It has been very overwhelming. Thank you guys for joining the family. I hope that you guys hit the like button and regularly remember to hit the like button and share the live. Don't keep it to yourself. And also click the bell, click the notification bell, and click all so you get all notifications. Somebody say you guys don't understand. Those are diesel bus. They were 40 years before you have any issues with them. That's why in the States, all government vehicles, fire trucks, ambulance. So tough guy, you are going to try and convince well-thinking people that these buses is 40 years before they give problem. Well, I want to point you to the emissions of the buses and how they get people sick. There's a study about that. So it's not just about the fitness of the bus. It's also about the emissions. That is why countries are moving towards electric vehicles. How you doing, Ryan Campbell? Salute to you, my brother. That is why they're moving towards electric vehicles, right? Because they want to move away from these buses and these vehicles that are giving off this bad emission. So it's not about just the fitness and of course they're gonna give a lot of problems. No vehicle, as soon as a vehicle leaves the lot, as soon as it is created and it starts move, you don't even have to move the vehicle. If you sit it there somewhere, it is breaking down immediately. It starts to depreciate. Yes, I don't care how well you build a vehicle. Everything has an expiration date, right? And there's no vehicle that is lasted for 40 years. Cut the malarkey. No vehicle is performing at the same level for 40 years. None. All right? You remember good. So cut the crap, man. Cut the crap. Okay, you're talking, me. Let me see what's the building I say. They spin better than Shane. Me say, they full of style and craft, you know? Hey, them are people that are easy. Come tell me about 40 years. Oh, what up? Sure. Anyway, moving on.
No, whilst you
want to go back to this.
They're
I have to hit that point at home again because the repair and maintenance.
Look at that. It says 12 years is the average life expectancy of a school bus.
Yes.
12 years.
Let's play that back again for the people in the class.
So that means that the bus them, well, Las Vegas sell that individual there who call himself a minister. They want to get rid of the bus them. Because the past years.
Well, here's the thing. We don't know if we know Triori or Triori. They're the ones who produce the invoice. But when we have somebody looking into this, and when the person came back and said, "Listen, these buses here, they came from a place in Las Vegas." They said at some point the buses touch base with this company here. At some point, and what we do, we go to the website. Let's assume for the sake of the conversation that the buses did pass through Vegas, this distributor for buses. Now we know that some of those buses, they're 14 years old, they're 11 years old, they're 10 years old. This same company is saying 12 years is the average life expectancy. So if you buy a bus from them and it's 11 years old, then you know that you really are dealing with 1 year of life expectancy left in that bus. And if you buy a bus that's 14 years old, it's gone past the life expectancy. So you can't pay no only for money for that bus there. Look at what it says. It says 12 years is the average life expectancy of a school bus. But if you aren't regularly performing thorough inspections on the wheels, brakes, fluids, lights, emergency equipment, etc., it will not last this long.
Okay, so here we go. So it is going to cost you significantly more to keep a vehicle at a high performance level the older it gets. It's the same thing with your body. You're never gonna be 13 years old again when you're 60. Your body is just not gonna operate like that. Even if you ate the right food and you slept the right time and you did everything perfectly, your body is deteriorating the older it gets. This is the law of physics. Gravity affects us, the environment affects us, the heat, everything. It also affects the vehicles. You heard what the man said about the upkeep for you to even get 12 good years out of the bus. The amount of things you have to make sure that you're on point about where repair is concerned and regular checking. It's going to cost a lot of money. So even if you want to say that the buses can last 40 years, which is absurd and madness, why would the standard of the United States for those buses be 12 years out of the 40? That makes sense? That makes sense? That don't make no sense. And if you say something like that again, I'm going to block you out of my chat because you have spread misinformation. I'm not giving nobody number to call me. I'm not taking no call right now. I'm Jamaican mechanic who works on school bus for almost 10 years. And all those rejected by the Board of Education You work in the United States, Andrew? Mr. Small? So once you reach 12 years, they reject them. They don't want them no more. We see one video with the bus them a race around country place. You know them farming area there? Them a race the bus them run one circle. And that me see them a do with them. Them not drive no pitney of them. A race the man them a race. Hey, this is a disgrace still, you know. If you know some people really are trying to defend this nonsense, you know, it is an absolute disgrace. People go on like a Sherpa live, no man, so we can get about 200 people on the live. Or 100 people.
Rattigan.
Yes, sir.
You know, whilst you have been doing your presentation, I have been doing some digging.
Listen to Ed Boy now.
And let me tell you that you are onto something that I think nobody in Jamaica realized. You are right. The buses were not purchased by Triari LLC. It was not, advisor, sorry. It was not purchased by them. It was in fact purchased from Las Vegas. This bus company you just listed.
Listen to this.
Let's go further. Triari's Invoice has Las Vegas chassis numbers. Is because it is Triari who purchased the buses from Las Vegas, yeah, in them dilapidated state. And let's go further. What is Triari's one of its main core function of business? Because I'm on their website now. You know what is one of the core function of business? Spare parts. So they bought the buses for little and nothing, thinking they could hustle the old buses and hustle the spare parts. And then Triari is also involved in shipment.
Feel the spirit, brother. Speak. Your servant hear it.
So the only way, Ratty and listeners, that the money could be hustled up is what happened. Triari was the vehicle, yeah, because that invoice that you have in front of you, you know, is an accurate invoice. The 18,000, in the sense of the buses and buying up the spare parts and other things. But remember, when the buses come to Jamaica, they're no longer 18,000, they're 80,000 USD.
Indeed.
So where is the hustling? Anyway, I don't want to rush it, Ratty. Go ahead.
No, man, no. This is. Look, that's why we're here, Edward. We have to educate our people and make our people know what is going on. Them can't run no games past me around here.
Before you go to Mr. Rattigan.
1 second, Jeffrey. The principal owner of Triari attended Wharton Business School,
Pennsylvania,
in the 1980s. So late 80s to the early 90s. I asked myself, is which politician sitting in the JLP that was at Wharton Business School at the same time?
We know there's a certain
and that politician would have been very close to the Ministry of Education.
In fact, we do have a former minister of education who went to the Wharton School of Business.
Hold on there. This corruption is getting deeper and deeper. Can we say if this thing linked to anybody in Arizona? Jeffrey, where are you going on that road? Behave yourself.
Jeffrey, no, I will tell you, no, it's not. It is not.
Are you sure?
We have just uncovered where it is coming from. Right in the belly. And no wonder why the ministry can quickly give the money to buy these buses. Remember that it requires the approval of the Ministry of Finance.
No. What? Stick that point there now, boy. Stick that point there. Make we show something else. All right, here we go. A lot of you have seen this invoice from Jamaica Trade Board.
So people are some serious alleged connections, you know, between people who are supposed to be allegedly schoolmates. Some people used to go to school over that place. You understand? And if it is that is true, now it would make sense if they say, listen man, when I get the buses in Jamaica, then I will pay you. Because of somebody we know. Hey, No. This bad, you know? This bad. The implication of this is really, really bad. Oh my goodness. Lord of mercy.
Board. And you hear the minister, you want to hear the minister, so the trade board now, them not really get involved in this. It would be an institution necessary, right? Now look at this. June 11, 2025, right? A letter was sent to another company. I don't know if it's A1 Car International or it looks like it's A1 Car International. That's what it looks like. But look at this. This lady by the name of Althea Matthews, she's the director of licensing, certification, and enforcement in the trade board. She said, waiver of pre-shipment inspection requirement for school buses, because apparently you need to have a waiver for these. You need to have a pre-shipment inspection for these buses. So they said they're asking for a waiver, and it says, please be advised that permission has been granted to Elhydra Limited to ship the following motor vehicles without the required pre-shipment inspections. So the pre-shipment inspections, they're required, and she's saying, I want not to do it. So I'm writing this letter, so don't do it. And here are the three vehicles. She said, one is and by the way, a school bus, see try to say no. Waiver of pre-shipment inspection requirement for school buses. By the way, let me tell all of you something, people. You see, when you see a letter and you see this section right here, regarding, and you see bolded and underlined, that is the subject matter. So anything below must reference it. And we're going to show you another letter with them try to say new bus, no mean new bus. The reference is the subject matter. It's not the other way around. It's not the body. So everything inside the body is talking about what the topic is about. Can't be two different things. So Kevin, I want you, and I'd love for you now, sir. I'm going to go back because here's why they say they want this bus.
Hold on, Mr. Rattigan. You didn't finish this part here, sir. You're talking about the readings. They didn't talk about the 1, 2, and 3. Speak to us about the 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get it
okay.
I can read it to Kevin first, so that Kevin, but this is the number of them long enough. So we have to make sure so we're there on point when we are talking to Kevin, because Kevin type fast. Kevin type fast, and I can't even find the sitting them. So hold on a second then.
Wait, what is it that I'm finding now?
Yeah, but we're gonna go back and we're gonna put these three buses in the
in the VIN? The VIN finder?
Yeah. I'll try to find I'll try to find it on my phone so I can just give it to you. You have that letter, Kevin. You have that letter? Because if you have the letter, then you can just put in the numbers while I talk about it.
We have all the letters.
All right. No, never mind. I found it. Hang on. All right.
Wait, I'm looking back further up. I think this is
I found it. So here's what happened, or the VIN. Okay, so here's what happened, people. If you look at number one, remember now the minister said, even only two bus companies them deal with, Thomas and Bluebird. And then when you look at number one is a Chevy.
Yeah, the Chevy Express. Let me put it back up. Wait, let me put it back up first.
Okay, see there?
There it is. It's number one.
Yeah, Chevy Express. Thomas and Bluebird, them don't make Chevy.
And number 3 is also a Chevy.
Yeah, look at the second one. It said Thomas Bus. But you see two Chevy on it, and one of these two Chevy are part of the 110 because the minister said, I only buy my buses them coming from Thomas and Bluebird. But you see Chevy. So we don't know what's going on there. So tell you what we do. And by the way, you see what it say? Right, so hold on, Kevin.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what it says right here. Put not green. So green, look on it. See right here? It says new. Thomas Bus, new. Chevy Express, new. So they said these new buses coming in, we don't want you to do any pre-inspection. They're new. Let them in. Okay? All right. So Kevin, I'm going to take it down now, and then you put up the other one.
But why they specify those two?
Hold on a second, man. Oh, see that, Kevin. Let me put this up. Okay, hold on.
All right, here's what I'm going to do.
No, I put it up. It's right here.
Okay.
Here we go. Right. I'm going to give you the VIN number now. The first one is a Chevy. Tell me when you're ready, Papa.
1 second there. Okay.
All right. 1G.
1G.
B as in boy, 6.
It's not writing.
It's not. It's yeah. One
again.
1B.
1G.
No 1G. 1G. B 6. G 5. B G 8 B as in boy, 1113564. Now, that vehicle is listed on that letter as being a new vehicle. Now, make us say if it's a new vehicle. Boom, make us say. Ah, Chevy, see that?
20 when?
2011 people.
Wow.
What a wicked
Wow.
See that?
truck.
Wow.
Them say a bus. Them say a school bus.
Wow.
They say school bus. That's what it's listed.
Almighty God, look down upon Jamaica, God.
Busted.
The thing says waiver of pre-shipment inspection requirement for school buses, and then it goes.
Busted. Busted. Daryl Vaz is absolutely busted. Play that again. Play that again.
Sorry, 1G, B6, G5, BG,
Sharon, what one?
8, B as in boy, 1113564. Now, that vehicle is listed on that letter as being a new vehicle. Now, make us say if it's a new vehicle. Boom, make us say. Ah, Chevy, see that?
20 when?
2011 people.
What a wicked
See that?
truck.
Them say a bus. Them say a school bus. They say school bus. That's what it's listed on.
Almighty God, look down upon Jamaica, God.
The thing says waiver of pre-shipment inspection requirement for school buses, and then it goes on to list these things. And it says a Chevy Express. And see right here, see here, Chevy Express. See right here.
Incomplete vehicle.
See right here. This is a school bus. That's a
Oh, so this is an incomplete school bus.
well, it says
Well, we don't know what kind of vehicle it is.
Something I
An
forgot.
incomplete vehicle.
Something I forgot on this.
Well, that's exactly what they did, Ratty. So
Yeah.
remember what they would have done was to have bought these incomplete vehicles. Do some of the retrofitting, because remember some of the engines that some of the buses they purchased, the other ones never had it. The engines were not. Some of the engines were not functional in some. So maybe what they did was to get old bodies and put it on this partially vehicle type thing here, incomplete vehicle.
Well, here's what happened. That's a possibility, but here's what I think happened. I think that, again, when this vehicle was made, when it was birthed,
Yes.
the year was 2011, so it cannot be new. And
Yes.
what happened is that somebody or some company bought this vehicle and did something with it, because you hear what they said right here in the thing. They said it's an incomplete vehicle. And it says this vehicle may have been altered and may not be an accurate representation of the vehicle in its current condition. So what they must say is that somebody might put on something on it. So what you see here, we don't know what they put on it. It may very well be in this state, or it may have something attached to it, or something on top of it. We don't know.
They attach a water thing to sell water.
Shower water.
But they said school bus. The letter said school bus.
This
All right,
is
listen.
hold on, Mr. Rattigan. Look at the front of the bus. The front of this thing, and a tailpipe come out here, so.
Yes, that's a water truck. That's a water truck. That's a water truck.
How you know it's a water truck?
this is
Because
so-
Look at
the
the
muffler system go up in the ear.
This is
We're up in the air, yes, but we're no fool.
The
No,
muffler system up in the ear says a water truck.
no, not the muffler system.
Yo, this is embarrassing, you know. Daryl Vaz have a lot of questions to answer, sir. These are legitimate questions. Legitimate. You see? You see, for all those who don't like when people question things, when they don't like democracy. Anybody that is anti-questions, you don't like democracy. Because you see, when Andrew Wallace was the opposition, he was asking a lot of questions. And you guys was cheering him on. So it's either you like democracy or you don't. You like democracy until you're a party under pressure, until you're a party under investigation for corruption. Oh, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. That's why you see this die-hearted business will not work with enough. The PMP will not be allowed to come into power and do any skullduggery. No, it not work within our new age right now. Freedom of press has to be honored. Freedom of expression has to be honored. The Constitution has to be honored. Damn foolishness.
Says I want that truck.
No, not the muffler system, Stewie. But it's the
that's the back of the bed.
Right, that's the bed.
Help me, Jesus.
That's the bed stop.
Right.
To the cab.
I have never seen such thing in all my life. This blatant thing in this country. And wait a minute, Mr. Rattigan.
And hold on a second. This is a muffler, right? I say no. It's the right.
There you go.
A muffler.
So which school truck, which school bus have the muffler here? Unless they're gonna race those school buses. Because there's a website where you can race school buses, you know. You modify them and race them, you know.
Right. So even if they got the waiver, my point I'm making here is that this is not a new vehicle. And they said in the letter, new right
vehicle.
No, let me get another new one. Kevin, put in another new one tonight. Put in another new one. You ready? Just tell me when you're ready. This one is a Thomas bus, because the first one was the Chevy Express.
Right.
Just tell me when you're ready.
All right, run the track.
Run the track. All right. 1 T7 YR 4E 28 A11 212 85. Now in the letter they described this as a Thomas bus and they said it's new. Now let's decode it. 2010. How is it new?
Jesus.
So they lied to the chair board. They lied to the trade board.
It's a bus right there. It's a bus.
Wow.
Yes, a bus.
But it's not a 2025 or 2024. It's 2010.
2010 and the new.
And this man have the audacity to come on TV explaining this to the Jamaican people. What kind of heart you have?
Hold on, Jeffrey. Hold on. Last one, Kevin, because these are reported as new. Last one, 1 GB, unless any W stand for something else.
1 GB.
GB, 6G, 5B, G9, B11, 711, 34. Now this is supposed to be a new Chevy Express. So let's see what the federal government says about that. Let's go back up here.
Hey, Jesus.
Decode. It's a Chevy Express, right? Oh, Chevy 2011.
Incomplete vehicle again.
2011.
Sita.
A water truck, Wilfred Rattigan. A water truck. There's a drought in the country, and they're not gonna restrict water, and they're getting water truck to sell to the people of this country to rip off some more. And what kind of wicked people am here?
All right. Well, you say a water truck. That's what you say, right? Let me find wait the Kevin. I find it easier when I do it that way.
The image where they put up in a black and white, they look like a water truck, yes?
All right.
We're spending over prison in this country for the Jamaican people.
You're scrolling down. Cool.
Yeah, go back to this.
Okay.
There you go. That's the letter we're referring to, you know. They said the Chevy Express, unless any W means something else. It means, I don't know. But it says new. And they're saying, don't even look at these vehicles, just let them come in. So it's new. But when we look at the age, it's 2010, 2011. Yeah.
So and
you remember what the Vegas company said? Them said the life of these vehicles are 12 years.
So that means,
go ahead.
So that means, Mr. Rattigan, that all these people who have all jackass behind their name, jackass of the pieces behind their name, they only write these things, sign these letters. When honestly, this thing is getting me really upset now, you know. The more you dig, the more you find the level of corruption and nepotism and cronyism.
Terrible.
And this man have the audacity. But no, I can come at any program anytime. Come on this program now. If you think about over here.
You now come.
Let me show you something, Jeffrey. You think your blood are boiled? Let me show you something. Here we go. Here is another letter. and it's coming from the trade board, and it's
Get
dated
worse. Listen to this.
May. I will need a marker for that one. Yeah, the May 27. Oh,
Put in a green, man. Put in a green.
I'll put that green.
People, it's not me. Oh.
There it is. All right, see that May 27, right? And it's sent. This letter is directed to this gentleman right here, right? And it says, "Dear Minister Vaz, permission to import 110 new buses." Right?
New to the island.
That is the reference. That is a reference. But before we get to the reference, let me show you something that a lot of people skip over. Yes. It says, this letter serves to confirm receipt of your correspondence dated May 2023. We want to see what that correspondence is all about. This is a response to something that that Minister Vaz sent over to the trade board. So we have filed an ATI already asking for that document. We said we want to see that document that he sent. What caused the trade board to respond to what caused this response? It was Mr. Vaz sent something over, and I know me says so. See it right there. So it said this letter serves to confirm receipt of your correspondence.
Wow.
Regarding the captioned matter. People not for reading us. Stay with we know. What is the caption matter? The caption matter is this: permission to import 110 new buses. That's the caption matter. So what happened? Anything you see in the body is going to reference. Is going towards the reference.
Up on the top.
The communication. So he's saying this letter serves to confirm receipt of your letter to us regarding the caption matter. What's the caption matter? Importation of 110 new buses.
Wow.
Because guess what happened now? We must see a correspondence from the minister going back to this board saying, no, it's not new buses. We haven't seen that yet.
Oh, so this is up. Oh my, this is bad, bro. This is bad. Hey, busted. 3 o'clock in the morning, where you've been? Living on a two-way, it'll be the best friend. You lying. Busted. Daryl Vaz, you are busted, sir. Busted. I don't know about that, Simone. Oh my God, Daryl Vaz, you're busted, bro. So they was asking you. They was replying to you based off you hitting them up. And what they was replying to you about was the request to import 110 new buses. But sir, the buses ain't new. That means, according to this, you're the one that initiated the conversation about new buses. Then why did you go and say you didn't know why they sent you this? Man, bro, you was in trouble. Well, the prophet did say he dreamt and saw you around his kids. Prophet Mark Stewart said your kids came to him and say their father needs help, and you were sitting around his table. I'm paraphrasing, with a bunch of paperwork, and you were stressed the hell out. Now I understand why, because this got to be stressing you out, because Rattigan, and Wayne Lonesome and Mystic Sensation, all the investigative journalists on this platform, they are not letting up, sir. They are using your words, dissecting your words in these interviews that you said about these buses, and they're looking at documentation, seeking ATIs to confirm what is really going on with these buses. Man, busted. 3 o'clock in the morning, where you been? I was with my best friend. You a lie. Daryl Vaz, boy. Hey, them I'm gonna call you Eli now. Yeah, the new Eli. Boy, brother, you better give up. Yeah, man. Just come clean, my general. Something just ain't right. Something ain't right. And you know what? This is going to implement more people, because they are catching, it's like all the dots are being connected. So your name is not the only one that's going to come up. And if everything pans out the way it appears to be, the other people whose name is gonna come up, boy, they gonna be pissed. Boy, they ain't gonna like that at all, boy. Hey, Daryl, listen, man. Just, you know what I mean? Give up, bro. Give up.
We haven't seen that. So when you see them, what they're hanging on is they're saying, what they're saying now is that, well, it says 110 buses here. It doesn't say new. You bunch of idiots. The controlling section of this document is right here, the reference section. New buses. And also, you see what the gentleman, the person who responded to this, Sadan Bill Walker, he said, regarding the caption matter. See it right as a people, the caption
Charlotte,
matter.
big up.
And the caption matter is this.
Charlotte, big up.
This are the caption matter. This. So anything in the document is referring to
Busted.
that.
3 o'clock in the
So don't make them fool and come try to turn in an idiot. Don't make them fool and try to turn in an idiot.
Don't let them fool you.
It says, no, this is giving permission. And then the minister come out and say, no, well, them never need to give no permission. It wouldn't be a useful inspection because it would be a specialized inspection, blah, blah, blah. Let's give him all of that. Let's don't fight him on that because there's so but there's so much that we can deal with him on. Now, there's a story here. I'm going to switch a little bit. We don't have much time. 7:23, my goodness gracious. But I want to show you something that nobody's talking about, or at least not to my knowledge. I'm going to start in the middle. You see all of these buses that we're talking about, the issue that most of us have not paid attention to is the procurement process.
Yes.
We haven't paid attention to that. And there's something called the Procurement Act. And that act was amended in March of this year.
Yes.
So the question we have to ask for the ministers, when did this contract take place? Did it take place after March? Because we hear him say that it was early in the year that he had to do all of this purchasing and whatnot. So did he purchase the buses before the amendment, or did he purchase it after? Reason why
hey, say, you don't want an FBI, a farmer. No, a retired FBI agent, supervisor of operations. You don't want somebody like that digging into your profile if you're not clean. If Daryl Vaz has something to hide, I think he's very nervous right now. I'm just saying. Hey, Keisha, how you doing, baby? Salute to my day one Keisha in the building. Kentris Robinson says, good afternoon. Make sure Mr. Golding knows all. Oh, no. Listen, remember I said Mr. Golding is a liar. Furthermore, they must celebrate his birthday. Hey, I want to give Marky G a break. This weekend is for Marky G and his wife. The man is working very hard. Him all over Jamaica. She just celebrate for her birthday and him celebrate 3 months like a day after. Leave that couple, leave them alone. Make them enjoy each other, for crying out loud. Don't tell Marky G nothing if you don't know already. Him go and find out. Moving right along. We got Mark Gordon, happy birthday again. And big up Mr. Wayne Lonesome, at the general birthday today, Big up Mr. Wayne Lonesome, make sure son go show him some love. Zane, that is it. You have to take care of the ones that we have fight to, man. The
reason why I'm starting there is I'm going to show you something that, I don't tell me if I'm wrong, if people are talking about this thing. I'm going to show you a picture now. And I'm going to ask you if anyone know this man here. Here we go. Big that up for me.
What a woe situation. What a woe.
Wait, hold on. Let me go a little bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, go now.
This gentleman here, Mr. Brian Richardson, he says that he's a professional geologist. Geologists are people who work with rocks and soil.
Yes.
And that is his expertise. And he said he worked across the globe for over 25 years prior to joining the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology in the capacity of manager, oil and gas.
So hold on there, Sharon. You never watch that program last night? Hold on there, let me show you what I go.
Go now.
This gentleman here, Mr. Brian Richardson,
see him there?
He says that he's a professional geologist. Geologists are people who work with rocks and soil.
Yeah.
And that is his expertise. And he said,
yeah, man, so I am that.
For over 25 years prior to joining the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology in the capacity of manager, oil and gas. He was also at the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica. That kind of makes sense to put him over this too. But he was there, and he's done all of this wonderful work. He has a bachelor's and master's degree in geology, and a whole bunch of postgraduate certificates. I don't know, Miss P would have said PhD, them, what you say, professional head damage, something like that? Okay.
Permanent head damage.
Permanent head damage, but that professional, permanent. We're not saying Brian is, but we say, we're going to show you some people who we believe to suffer from that condition. So this is Brian. And none of you have never heard of Brian before, Brian Richardson. You might say, who the hell is Brian? How does Brian factor into this thing here? Well, we're going to show you something. Keep looking at Brian. We're going to show you something. Let me move, Brian.
Mama, me, moo.
And bring something.
Hey, Mr. Tavares,
we need some Zion man that's inside here.
Jeffrey,
that is why, Kevin. That is why Babsy go what on there they go jump on Gary. Jesus.
Here's Brian. Again now.
Saying a word.
Brian is over at the Ministry of Science, Energy, Technology. You see that? Look at.
Hey, if you don't want to know how Brian look, all they have to do. Let me show other people and where they on that side of the car. Me turn off the camera for a reason, you know, man. You tell them that this is a listening stream, you know. I want to still stress me out. Sure. One Sharon, I know this a person, Henry, where you stress me out for?
Hey, Jesus.
Here's Brian. Again now.
Saying a word.
Brian is over at the Ministry.
Like Babsy go what on there they go jump on Gary. Hey, Jesus.
Here's Brian. Again now.
Saying a word.
Brian is over at the Ministry of Science, Energy, Technology. You see that? Look at his title. Big that up for me there, Kevin, please.
Chief Technical.
So people, if you don't want to know Brian, all you have to go on the JIS website and type in Brian Richardson. When we see an entire profile where responsible for everything. Alright? Brian Richardson. When you're at the listening classes or the listening sessions, you have to get your pen and paper or you write it down in your phone, yes? Yes, Henry, don't stress me out.
Director in.
Yeah, be your best self.
Chief Technical Director in the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technical.
All right. See that? Chief Technical Director. They forgot to add corporate services because they have two chief technical directors over there. One of them is in charge of energy. Another one is corporate services. And you're going to see why I mentioned that to you. And so we see right there. So see that chief technical director in the ministry, blah, 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 I'm talk about battery and all of that stuff. Don't make a move that. So we are sure where he is located. Now, folks, I want you to take a look at this. How many of you see this document here? Come on. Hold on.
Go.
All right. Now, there are two chief technical directors over at MSET. One is in charge of energy, and the other one is in charge of something called corporate services. They don't have a procurement officer over there, a chief procurement officer. So you know who does the procurement for MSET?
Yes.
It's the chief technical director for corporate services. And who is that? Or better yet, I don't know if I should say who was that or who's that. It's Brian, the person, the man will show you.
So hold on there. What Mr. Will Rattigan, from what I'm understanding, he's saying, it appears that this person that deals with procurement, Mr. Brian Richardson, it's a possibility that he no longer works there. He recently resigned and was fired. We need to look into that if that is so enough. Because he said he doesn't know whether or not he should say who used to be. That is asserting that is a possibility that the man is no longer there anymore. Correct? So ladies and gentlemen, look into Brian Richardson to see if he is still there, because he's the one that would have dealt with the procurement for this situation. And the procurement process is what seems to be where the skullduggery is. Yes? So this is very interesting. Let's continue. Brian Richardson is an important name in the scheme of things. Yes?
The person, the man will show you. So Brian is responsible for procurement over there. In fact, you know what? Let me go back and show. Let me go back and show something about the thing that Kevin. Where is it? Before I have something here. I have a wiki document I have to show. But before we do that, all right, here we go. Take a look at this. This is a job description for Brian's position. There it is right there, Chief Technical Director. That is Brian's thing. And he reports right here. Give me this, Your person should do green. So green, I'm going to do. Here it is, Corporate Services. There's another Chief Technical Director, but that person is in charge of energy. They have two. And those two, they report to the Permanent Secretary. And as you know, the Permanent Secretary reports to the Minister. But the Minister can talk to these people as well. They can brief them. They can brief the Permanent Secretary, can take them in and have them brief the Minister about all kinds of stuff. Now, this one here is a job description. It's right here. Job description and specification. For what? Minister of what position? Chief, the Technical Director for Corporate Services. Here is a job description. See that? See that? Under the general direction of the Permanent Secretary and one of the key advisors. Here's what they're responsible for. Procurement. You see that? That person is responsible for buying stuff. Let me go down and see if I see any more. Here's another one, another job, a part of the job description to ensure that transportation is provided in a cost-effective manner. Not buying all bus. You're supposed to make sure so the bus you get value for money, and you'll hear the minister mention that term. Let me keep going down. I think we have one more. Here it is. Person is in charge of procurement policies implemented and goods and services procured in accordance with what? Government of Jamaica procurement guidelines. We won't get to the guidelines today, but I'm going to take you to it next week. But the reason why I want to show you this, but don't want this to become stale news. Let's so know who Brian now is. Everybody knows that Brian now, the technical guy over at the ministry, and he's responsible for buying things, including the buses. He would be responsible for doing that.
Yes.
And the truck chassis them. Go ahead.
Yes. No. Come on.
Jeffrey.
No, we're going to show you something now, people. We're not going to believe this. Hold on. Here we go.
People may have laughed, but this serious.
Prepare for the shock.
You serious?
Prepare for the shock. Yes. All 1,500 and 1,560 are more than that. Are just the devices. I prepare for the shock. Remember now, Brian is the Chief Technical Director for Corporate Services. And Corporate Services, they are the ones who do procurement. They do procurement. Take a look at this document. Let me show you the date first. You see that?
14/2025.
Today's the 19th.
So hold on, Ratty.
Today's the 19th. Look what it says. Permanent secretaries, heads of departments, and chief executive officers are asked to invite applications from suitably qualified officers in their ministries, departments, agencies to fill the following vacant posts. This come out 5 days ago.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Richardson is no longer at the MESSET, Ministry of Science and Energy, Telecommunication and Transport. So why would he be fired, or why would he leave? In the middle of this bus scandal, this man is now gone. Look for the situation in the healthcare system. When him Brian done, what the brother name? Brian done something like that. You don't want to misquote him because I just learn them something, so forgive me. Right? Him name now register in my brain. But I go up on one video and find his name. Mystic Sensation, they exposed it the other day. What name again? The brother went in the fire from the Ministry of Health, man. And the 900 or 700 billion dollar that was unaccounted for. Them can't show the receipts fee. Brian something on that, done something on that, I mean. Brian done something on that. Right? Let me see if we can find it. Hey, this is one of the most corrupt government I've ever seen in my life. No, I mean, there's no competition. These guys are on another level. You hear me? On another level. Can't remember his name, but sure. So this someone that just resigned. So, hey, don't surprise if this someone fly out and they can't find him. You know? People, don't be surprised if this guy, Mr. Richardson, fly out of Jamaica and then don't know where him there. Because every time we want questions, the people them resign and them gone. No questions to be answered. And then we just move on to our next scandal. Me say when the right time come, them all of them go charge you corruption, they can't stay there.
See the position, yeah? Look on the first one. Chief Technical Director, Corporate Services. In gone.
Gone.
Brian gone.
Mighty God.
They fire him?
Or he's going. He's gone or he's going.
Oh, Lord.
And remember, now we know, we just start talking about busting, I know. And Brian gone.
Brand new.
Look who gone to.
So hold on there. So if this was such a cut and clear thing and everything that's so Gucci and clean about it, right? The chicken, oh yeah, you the fall them. Fall them out do them thing, yes, I lay the egg and then look a birdie and look a chicken them born and them something. And then you know say them chicken they over in neighbor yard. One of them we are here right now. Robert Montic. Wagwan, Robert. Why? Let me put you who else gone. No.
First one. Chief Technical Director, Corporate Services. In gone. Brian gone.
They fire him?
Or he's going. He's gone or he's going.
Oh, Lord.
And remember, now we know, we just start talking about busting, I know. And Brian gone.
Brand new.
Look who gone to. The other Chief Technical Director for Energy gone. Look right here. Them are clean house over there. Watch here.
Jeffrey,
Either they cleaning house or them leaving Ratty.
See, yeah, this person are gone too. Remember,
Green man.
Oh, Green, sorry.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey has sample money, man.
Peter, this person gone too, you know. The two Chief Technical Directors, them gone.
Wow.
They look at the person in charge of transport policy, that the person gone to.
Wow.
Them clean house.
So how the minister are gone?
Hey,
The problem now is who them all replace them with. Now look here. See the job description and now what them say you need to know. Them say you need to be I may have it not ready, Kevin. I hope people can see it. We have it not green. Alright, hold on.
Whoa. 5 days ago the man
Procurement.
5 days ago.
See there?
Man, they clean house.
That's a part of the job description. See the other one, yeah? Offer guidance on procurement. See it not red? See there? So we don't know what's going on over there, and they have more things down here. So with procurement, I think they have some more things.
You don't like it. It look like you make it up as you go along, Rebel.
So the second one, we did do another one. We did do another one where we highlight some more things. But the long and short of it is that the people are the person responsible for buying, the person who has the responsibility for ensuring that the buses were purchased. That person is gone now, or going because the job just advertised 5 days ago. The timing is something else. The timing is something else.
But Sarati, let me point out something that I think you're onto. You see, when we had the Petrojam scandal in Jamaica, a lot of creative things were done at the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology, and then mine was under the portfolio. Yeah. Now you remember the very first decision, the first thing that was done.
No, Miss James. I first time see one name I'm not too sure how to pronounce it now. Is that lecture? Is that lecture, James? First time seeing the chat. Bless up yourself here, Bama. Wow. That name is very, very unique. Lecture. Oh, it's Leisha? So the I, the J, the G, the H, and all of that is just silent? Okay, Leisha. All right, Leisha. Leisha, where you from? Where you watching from? Tell us where you watching from, Leisha. Let's continue. Boy, this is very interesting stuff right here, boy. Lord of mercy. Mr. Rattigan. Yeah, man, bless up. Mr. Rattigan is, if you're in Jamaica or the United States, is what I'm saying. Oh, UK, West London. All right, that's what's up. Shout out to West London in the building. Hey, we global over here. Now I'm just playing. Everybody is global.
Was that a new permanent secretary was sent to?
Let's go back.
You see, when we had the Petrojam scandal in Jamaica,
Yes.
a lot of creative things were done at the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology.
Really?
And then mining was under the portfolio.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, you remember the very first decision, the first thing that was done was that a new permanent secretary was sent to the Ministry of Energy.
Really?
Science and Technology. I'm not certain if she's still there. Is Carol Palmer still the permanent secretary there?
I believe so. I believe
she virtually can't see. Huh?
She blind?
She's virtually almost blind. Her eyesight is going.
Really?
Oh,
Let me tell you further. I am disappointed in the permanent secretary, who is somebody who many years ago demonstrated that she was somebody who knew how to run a ministry as a permanent secretary and ensure that she stayed away from the fray. Because if you remember now, Rattigan, no ministry department should be having procurement. It's a serious issue. And why would a chief technical director, who should actually, who sits a little bit under the permanent secretary, to ensure that the functions of the instructions of the permanent secretary is carried out by the line staff and staff below them? Yeah. Now, why would they be in charge of procurement? That change, I tell you, only started when Minister Vaz became minister.
This don't look like your daughter.
Mr. Rattigan, can I sing a song before you go, sir?
We're not going yet.
I know I can sing, but I have to sing this song. What a woe situation, what a woe. Weeping and wailing like
Okay, go studio, Jeffrey. Okay, go studio.
Well, I'm just quickly get to the second.
Jeffrey, one more point, Ratty. I sent something to Jeffrey, and I thought Jeffrey would have shared it with you.
I sent it to you already.
That is even a greater bombshell, because it ties. If you remember, in 2020, there was a discussion. Particularly, most of the procurement procedures were thrown out the window, right? The Ministry of Health, a lot of the ministries were not doing they were not putting anything to tender, they were just having sole source contracts. Yeah? What happened in 2020? I found an article dated June 3rd, 2023, in which it quotes a speech from then Minister of Transport, Robert Montague. Yes? In that article, it says, coming from the ministry, it says that the ministry had engaged the services of SSL.
Hey.
Listen, continue, man. Go further with it.
Let me find the article, because I was actually quoting. I was quoting from my head.
I'll use one container to build supermarket. Jesus Christ in heaven. No, sir. This country gone.
You see, OT puts the thing, drill gate, and OT, I've been telling the people, we don't have time to do it today, but we're going to show the connection between drill gate and this school bus thing here. There is a common, and we're going to touch upon it.
Here it is quickly,
why, before we move on?
Here it is quickly. The minister said, and I'm quoting now from the article, the minister said, SSL, in addition, he said that the company is partnering with Stocks and Securities Limited, that is Bobby Montague, SSL, to convert an old bus into a mobile supermarket to assist elderly and disabled customers who are nowhere to home due to coronavirus pandemic. SSL will undertake the retrofitting and operate and pay the attendant cost. But, and I'm not going to, but hear the sweet part of it now. Hear the minister. He said that the lease arrangements with Appliance Traders Limited, and hear the big bombshell, and the Elhydra 26 group of companies have been renegotiated and renewed. Combined, these agreements generate 7 million annually. Let me tell you, did you know Elhydra got contracts from the JUTC during the pandemic? They were the biggest contracted firm by the JUTC during the pandemic.
What?
Yeah, they said that they patent some kind of a thing that had to do with fuel and
yeah, the biodiesel, castor bean biodiesel project. So if people must know that this Elhydra seemingly appears every time, because note what was happening in June 3rd, 2020. It was 3 months before the September election. So Elhydra seems to mysteriously appears when an election is just 3 or 4 months away.
Wow.
You know what? We have a report here on Elhydra, you know, and the principal over there, and the principals over there. You know, we won't get to it today. We have, because we did a
Of course, I know you have it.
Yeah, we're having it on the background of all of the people involved and the connections between them and politicians. We have that. We have it here, but we can't get to it.
Mr. Rattigan, I'm going to ask you something, sir. Please. The other Saturday, do not do any other program, but just do the bus saga program, sir. Because the bus saga will go from 3 o'clock until 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Please, I'm begging you.
All right, sir. I hear you. Let me play you something quick. Now we only have 20 minutes left, right? We have 90 minutes. I want to listen to it.
The cost now, Minister Vaz, that $1.4 billion, it has become a talking point in debates with...
No, hold on there, people. So to hear that, we can look forward to next week for Rattigan from 3 o'clock to 6. Them are go unravel and totally, well, if them have enough time. Well, a lot of information is going to be disseminated about this bus scandal. Documentation, research. I know, sir, these people don't play. We're talking about a retired FBI supervisor agent. Alright? Just understand the credentials and how the credibility comes into play with the information that is disseminated. Yes? So something to look forward to. Make sure someone go subscribe to Reasoning with Rattigan. Literally Reason with Rattigan. Alright? We have 15,800 something subs. Very easy. Once you put in Reason with Rattigan, you have to find him. Alright? You make sure you go
Some people arguing that the bus is...
Yes. Go from 3 o'clock until 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Please, I'm begging you.
All right, sir. I hear you. Let me play you something quick. Now we only have 20 minutes left, right? We have 90 minutes. I want to listen to it.
The cost now, Minister Vaz, that $1.4 billion, it has become a talking point in debates with some people arguing that the buses will cost $1.4 billion. Can you clarify what the $1.4 billion covers?
Again, I've done it about 5 times, and I'm going to do it again for you. And if I have to do it 50 times, I'm going to do it. And if I have to go on a program for the next 3 months.
Brother, if you have to explain something 50 times, it means that something is wrong. It means that it's not cogent, it's not clear. It means that there's some type of loopholes that is lacking credibility. You understand? So if you already prepared to go up on 30 other program, you're just telling us the obvious. Yeah, man, you tell me the obvious, man. Because if this was up, if this whole situation was on the up and up Sassy D, all he had to do was give us all the information all at once, and then the relevant people like Mr. Will Rattigan and Mr. Mystic Sensation will go, yeah, man, this is on the up and up. We've done our research and all of this pans out. You remember when there was a rumor about Juliet Owen's brother, that he's a drugs dealer? I remember when Mystic Sensation come out and said that is a bold-faced lie and show the information. Yeah, man. The man actually, I think, is a chef or something like that, like a gourmet chef or something overseas. He's not no drugs dealer. All right, and he warned people on the internet to make sure that they stop spreading that allegation, because it's not true. He showed it. He showed all the information. So I'm just I'm saying that to say that the individuals I'm mentioning, the Will Rattigan, the Wayne Lonesomes, they are literally investigators by trade, by profession. You understand what I'm saying? They have the resources. Mystic Sensation, them have the resources. Them know how to dig, them know how to ask the right questions. Yeah? So, when you pay attention here, man, and learn from the general them, cause man, I tell you, it's serious.
24/7, 365, I'll do it because
Let me stop you right there, sir. I heard this interview a while back, and I wrote to the minister and I said to him, based on what you said, we'd love for you to come on the program. And I told him I'd love for you to come on the program, and we didn't get a response. I wrote to him again this week, and I asked him, I said, we're going to do the bus thing again. We needed to come on the program. I also wrote to Senator Marlon Morgan, the PR person for the party, and I haven't heard from them. So he's saying that he'll go on any program. He'll go on a program for whatever time period. We're still here waiting for a response from him saying that he's willing to come on the program.
that's what is important. The $1.4 billion is the same $1.4 billion that the PNP is proposing to spend to give 20,000 families $2,500 a week paid to the taxi man or the whoever man. I don't know. This situation is different.
You hear him style the taxi man them? The taxi man them or whoever man him don't know. How unprofessional.
We are buying assets, 110 buses. We have to
110 old bus of assets. Yo, brother. Yo, me say if God was like man, one wind couldn't just blow him foot off the ground when he said that, man. Hey, what the man wicked, man? Man say your assets. Oh, what this man is something else.
Inland freight to get them to the locations, most of them Miami or New York, which is quite an expensive feat. We have to pay sea freight to get them to Jamaica. That also is expensive based on the size and the dimensions of the buses. Then we have to pay duty, albeit concessionary duty for government. Then we are buying 1 year worth of spare parts. Then we
hold on a second, hold up. You hear him say 1 year. Hold on. 1 year spare parts.
Yes, a service contract for 3 years.
Okay, you hear him say we'll buy a service contract for 3 years. I'm going to play your tape where we said we're buying a service contract for 1 year. So is it one or three? Or is it three for the Thomas buses?
Yes. I remember him saying 1 year for real. That's not the first time he come out at 1 year. So it's 3 years now.
And one, you hear him say 1 year. Hold on. 1 year spare parts.
Yes, a service contract for 3 years.
Okay, you hear him say we'll buy a service contract for 3 years. I'm going to play your tape where we said we're buying a service contract for 1 year. So is it one or three? Or is it three for the Thomas buses and one for Bluebird buses, or vice versa? We don't know where this gentleman is going. Every time he talks, let's continue.
To the specifications that are being carried out by the Department of Transport in the United States of America. So we're not changing that. That also is quite expensive. We are putting in a cashless system in every bus. We are putting in the technology, which consists of several varying different pieces of technology in order for the parents to be able to track their children, carried out by the Department of Transport in the United States of America. So we're not changing that. That also is quite expensive.
Go back. I think he said
that also is expensive based on the buses. We have to pay inland freight to get them to the locations, most of them Miami or New York, which is quite an expensive fee.
No, I hear him using the word expensive a lot in this audio. Then Daryl, Mr. Daryl Vaz, how comes it's value for money but it's expensive? You're telling me you couldn't find a cheap alternative? Like buying new buses? Buying new buses wouldn't make you have to go over so much hurdle. Man, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Yo, these people are something else.
Feet. We have to pay sea freight to get them to Jamaica. That also is expensive based on the size and the dimensions of the buses. Then we have to pay duty, albeit concessionary duty for government. Then we are buying 1 year worth of spare parts. Then we are putting in place a service contract for 3 years that is to the specifications that are being carried out by the Department of Transport in the United States of America. So we're not changing that. That also is quite expensive. We are putting in a cashless system in every bus. We are putting in the technology, which consists of several varying different pieces of technology in order for the parents to be able to track their children, the schools, and of course for the government to be able to monitor the bus, geofence it so we know where the bus is and if the bus comes off the route. So again, it is disingenuous to say that it is $1.4 billion for the buses and you could buy 100 poster bus. I'm going to make a statement here. Regardless of what the cost is.
Folks, you notice something? He never gave you itemized expenditures. He said, we're paying for this, we're paying for that, we're paying for that. He never tell you how much it costs, right?
Yeah, all him says that it's very expensive because they don't want to be transparent.
And as a result of that, here is something I want to show now. Hold on there.
Thing that you would have heard me say before, Tom drunk, but Tom not fool. Never you ever underestimate the people of Jamaica. They may not have the educational background.
And who am I talk? They may not have the educational background. So we are done spot. Listen to what him say.
By getting them diploma and getting them certificate and going to university and going to high school, they are not stupid. They know how to assess, and they have something called common sense, which is not common. Only a few of us have common sense.
Only a few of us have common sense. Only a few of us have common sense.
Including him.
But you're damn bright and out of order.
Mighty God.
The rest of us have diplomas and big degrees. I don't have none, you know. I have zero.
We know that.
So the only thing I have is common sense, and that is what drives me to do what I do and do it well.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Minister, we have common sense on here too, and this is what we're... Hold on one second, Rubai. Hold on there.
I have every single document. I managed this thing myself to make sure that there was no gray areas, and I ticked all the boxes. Easiest thing is to do is to buy the buses. The hardest thing now is the implementation to make sure that they work and function and are maintained to be able to serve the rural communities from September morning onwards.
Okay.
The fare of $50 per trip is a subsidized fare because right now it is costing $300 to $600 per student per day. And some parents have to decide.
Hold on there, Kevin. Hold on there. You have the video of the Prime Minister?
I was going to ask you about it.
Yeah.
The one free?
Yeah.
Because the Prime Minister said it's free. And him says
we have it. Here it is. Remember what the man saying on. Remember what he just said. He just said that it's $50, $100 round trip. The children will pay. Now here's the Prime Minister.
You're going to get 7 school buses that will be serving some of the remote areas of the parish. And I'm certain that the children of this parish will be very happy to be able to use those buses. And of course, those buses will be free of cost to them in terms of bus fare.
So, we have him say that in a certain parish, the buses will be free. Then, why is it that people in other parish, them have to pay for them picking a ride the same school buses them? Why them have to pay? The minister said it's $50 now. And the Prime Minister said it's free. At least in one parish, so we don't know what's going on. But let's go back.
The 4 pick them have, which one look the brightest, and put all of their money and invest in that one, and the other 3 lose the opportunity to get a good education because of affordability. So now, at $100 a day, Miss Matty can send her 4 people to school for $400 a day rather than the $300 to $600, and that is what is burning them But you listen me good and proper. I'm going to give them bus under bus under bus under bus. I'm going to give them JUTC bus. I'm going to give them school bus.
You have to go prison under prison under prison under prison under prison under prison under prison.
No, you know, him not consider say Miss Matty and make minimum wage and she have 4 children a ride the bus. That's $400 a day. $400 a day.
Right.
$400 a day. I mean, this gentleman here, something not right. But we could finish up this other one here. We could finish up this one here.
If it saves one child's life come September morning from either death or injury, I will stand up and defend the program and the implementation of the program to its fullest, because government has one responsibility. This should have been done decades ago, but that is water under the bridge. Made a commitment in 2023 when I became transport minister that I was going to do this.
Yeah, mature shut off for the PMP at about say it should have been done decades ago. He's very disingenuous. I see the part where him talk about, and my man I got explain it. I see the part where him talk about $50, $100, and Andrew when I say free. And me tell you something, man. Them money are wicked. Them money are wicked. You hear me I tell you now?
The government has mandated me to do it. The government has supported me to do it in finding the funds. And as I said before, we had to do this in a short timeline. And therefore, we had to make certain decisions that we had to make based on the fact that we had made a commitment that we are rolling it out in September.
Quick one before you go, and we're well over time, but let's see if you can answer this, fire off a quick answer to this one for me. Much has been made about the emergency nature of the procurement.
Let's stop that. Him say them don't want to do it long time. We have a few minutes left. Let me just explain this.
Yes.
Let me find this video here. And I'm going to give you a little history about the school bus program. And
wasn't them same one in the manifesto talk about $200 million under Grace McLean and Royal Reed?
No, it's not in the manifesto. That was in the newspaper. But here's what happened. People, pay attention to what I'm not telling you now. Pay attention. We don't have the time to put all the documents in up.
Yes.
But I had said on a program, on Mystics program, that the JLP government actually, they had a pilot in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I didn't say they start the program. And at one point I had said the program was started under a PNP government.
Right.
No, make me give the history. And I'm open to being fully corrected.
Right.
The school program, the bus program for children, that program was actually started in 2011. Who started it? The JLP government started it. So let's give credit where credit is due, because we're going to be honest and we're going to be forthright. The JLP government started that program in 2011. And the plan was for 230 buses to come in. And I think they had something like 65 buses. The contract was for 220 buses. 65 were supposed to come in the first batch. They lost the election and the PNP government took over, and the PNP government canceled the contract. And you'll hear him say it in one of these videos. You'll hear him say it. But here's what he didn't tell you.
That was what I was going to ask you, Ratty. I was waiting for it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, boy. Go ahead.
Because what he did not tell you, because of this financial status situation that they had left the country in, those buses that were actually, and I give Mike Henry credit, a very good minister, actually one of the only good labor writer I know. And, you know, I gave him credit. So when they procured those buses, when the PNP came in, the buses were already procured. The PNP had a situation. They had inherited a JUTC that was flat on its back. So what did they do? They immediately put those buses in the available system and did not put much emphasis on the rural transportation, even though it was still happening in Olaba and Maypen, because the buses were still carrying children from Foga Road and all over, yeah.
Right. Well, here you're absolutely correct. There was a deficit of $8.3 billion JUTC. Them couldn't afford the buses, them. So they said, we could just scrap this thing out. But Minister Vaz, him talk about people disingenuous, but he never said that. He never said, look, they canceled it because there was no money. He never said that. So that's 2012, right? Remember they started in 2011, 2012, PNP in power, and they canceled the contract. Now 2013, the PNP started looking at it again, and they were looking at a private operator model to say, instead of we buy bus, we could give the taxi man them and the bus operators, we could give them some work, right?
So let's see how Daryl Vaz and the PNP and the JLP stay, right? Let's see how them stay. Them throw shots while going Norma. Them throw shots off of the PNP and did not mention to us that, oh, wait a minute, what really happened was that, we left them a deficit of $8 billion in there. So they couldn't afford to roll out all the buses for the rural areas. Yes, we started it. The JLP started it, but we couldn't afford to roll out we couldn't afford it. We were in a financial strain as a country. We left them a deficit. They were not. He was not saying that. He was saying, this should have been rolled out a long time ago. And, well, that is water under the bridge. But, I have made a commitment to prop himself up and his party as if, they dropped the ball, but we pick it back up. Rubbish. Mash down that lie. Mash it down. You understand? This is the age of information. We have to expose all of them. All of these lies and fallacies that them telling is going to be exposed. You know not here? Hey, Mr. Rattigan here, man. You hear the man say? We're going to be honest. They did start the rural bus program. Splash DG, what you deal with? Why Splash DG, me I tell you say, two things for certain. You're busy and you not get my notification them again. Cause one time when I first resume seen that chat, well, you not get a notification again, my boss. My name decides say, yo, DG, I'm gonna be out of touch with what going over here. So rough.
Right? And in 2014 and 2015, they started something in Clarendon, and here it is. Here it is right here. Hold on.
They wanna try to play the rural school bus something. Right? With the PNP they start, when them did use the local people them. So you see the plan where the PNP have now, in terms of the school bus program is pretty much the same. It's a model that worked before. You understand? Is that now they're gonna make it on a bigger level. You get me? Because you're talking about $1.4 billion being allocated in the pockets of regulated private taxi operators that sign a waiver with the government. And it's not a waiver, sign a referendum with the government to make sure that there's no skullduggery and that our kids are safe. No lewd music being played. There's going to be certain specifications to the contract because it's something that they actually did already. He was trying to play the thing, but it never did work, He couldn't play, isn't it?
Hold on.
He ain't a play.
Let
me see if we can find it. Let me see if we can find it.
No, sir.
Let me see if we can find it. PNP Rural School Bus Program. I think I should put the year. Alright, so here it is. Here's the website. JIS Government JM. Come up now, man. Don't do that, man. I'm using my phone. It should be faster. Why this thing playing with me? What? So as I was saying, the program that they started, and I want to listen to the reviews from the children. The children were very happy. They could do their homework or their studying while on the bus because the bus was so quiet and orderly, you know, safe and you know, not a bumpy ride, so they can just, you know, move through the space. Wait a minute. When was this? JIS. I'm gonna go back to Rattigan and see the date, so we can search better.
You know, well on there. That thing I give me a warm time, people. You know.
And it's in fact Clarendon is the parish of Mr. Omar.
April 21st, 2015. It named the rural.
Start up the seminar. Well on there. That thing I give me a warm time, people.
Sorry, Rural Safe School Bus Program, April 21st, 2015. Once we put in that, it's supposed to come up. Rural Safe School Bus Program, April 21st, 2015. All right. All right, here we go. We got action, baby. We got action. I don't know why it's taking so long, though. I found the exact thing, but it's taking a minute to come up. Let me copy this link, and then let me go to my browser and paste it. Because I don't know what's going on. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, baby. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. That's what's up. Here we go. Let me play this. Yes, this is it. Got him.
School children in Clarendon are riding to classes in safety and comfort.
Yes.
Since February 2015, they've been on board the Rural Safe School Transportation Program.
It's an example too.
This landmark project was conceptualized by the Clarendon Parish Council. It's now a successful partnership involving the Ministry of Transport, Works and Housing, the Transport Authority, Jamaica Constabulary Force, schools in the parish, and private bus operators. It began by transporting 1,700 students from 3 Clarendon high schools, but has since expanded to 7 schools and is looking to accommodate even more. 10 private bus operators were brought on board to supplement the initial 3 JUTC buses. Those private bus operators had to sign a memorandum of understanding, agreeing to adhere to standards set out by the Transport Authority.
It is a standard-driven program, and we do everything to ensure that the standards are maintained. Any operator that fails to maintain the standards will not be maintained in the program. Safe, the emphasis on safe. And so the buses that are utilized in this program have to meet certain structural integrity criteria. They have to be safe.
They have to
be clean.
Yes.
They have to have safety gadgets attached to them.
It mirrors the St. Catherine's School Bus Program, which was launched in September 2013, and the Schools Transportation Program in Portmore and Manchester.
We work closely with the school, the PTA and the school administration to ensure that our students are adhering to the timetables so that, again, it becomes part of their own discipline to ensure punctuality, which later on will redound in a high level of productivity.
For the long term, government sees the system in Clarendon, St. Catherine and Manchester as a blueprint for fine-tuning strategies to institute a national rural school transportation service.
We won't be able to replicate JUTCs all over the island, but nonetheless, within the constraints of the resources available to us, I commit that my ministry will work with the relevant parties in providing safe transportation to and from school for all our school children.
The Clarendon example points to huge benefits from such a system.
Arrival at school on time, improvement in punctuality at school, improvement in attendance. And what I mean by improvement in attendance? Because students are not benefiting from lower fare. traveling comfort, no more lapping up. Restoration of discipline. Again, no lewd and loud music.
Talk to
no careless and reckless driving. Operators are more courteous.
It's a breath of fresh air for us at Garvey Maceo because we were exposed initially to like the shuttle buses. But now that that does not exist anymore, we feel assured that our students will come ready for learning, settled.
We normally arrive at school very late because of the shuttle buses. They didn't have any specific time to pick us up. And at times, I was really annoyed by the music and the lapping up. Now I can go to school in fine style and comfort.
And also the students, they get to integrate.
If I'm not able to study at home, I'm able to study in the bus on my way to school.
Want to hear that?
Everybody want the AC, so everybody take the bus. So we appreciate it and we love it a lot. We thank the government a lot for putting this service in place for us.
It's very important that we ensure that our children are safe all the time, but particularly on the way to and from school. Through creative thinking, we can provide a worthy service which allows our children to move to and from safely and in some level of comfort.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Turn on my camera here. Because you don't like go that's up there as I do that, you know. Yeah. So there you have it. That is what Rattigan wanted to show, you know. That's what he wanted to show, but it wasn't working. Excuse me, it wasn't working. And I'm glad I found it too, so now I have it. Because the first time I saw it was on Mr. Wayne Lonesome's page. So I can document that as evidence right there of how this whole process started with this bus system thing.
Then start up the seminar. Well on there.
Good. Understand.
Them not get no sound.
No, Minister Vaz, you hear him talk about the 2011, you know, under Mike Henry and all of that and bus. The question I have to ask him is this. The company that they ordered those school buses from, in 2025, did he contact those companies? Since they ordered buses from the company in 2011, did they check to see if that company was still in business to say, listen, we did business with you back in 2011,
What are you doing,
and now we're going to buy some buses from you. Also, the buses that they bought in 2017, did he check to see if they do with those companies? Folks, we're running out of time. It's 7:59. We have to go. I thank you for being.
Big up Mr. Will Rattigan. Yes, big up Mr. Will Rattigan and big up the team. Alright? I had to come on here and just go through this alone for this morning. Yeah. I wish I waked earlier, but guys, hey, man, tell you, say, oh, it is a lot. I am tired. And see, I have what? 4 hours before the next live stream. I haven't really eaten anything from morning, so you know. Yeah, man, up next. Alright, so thank you guys for being here and see you guys later. The PMPYO meeting 6 p.m. Yeah, I'll be streaming that. Alright, so I hope you guys come through and support. Oh, and disclaimer, I am not playing any music on my live stream. Once the music start playing, I am going to mute it. Just so you know. So if people don't want to watch my live stream because of that, it's cool. It's cool. It's alright. You know what I'm saying? It's alright. It's all good. It's still love. You know what I'm saying? But see y'all later, man. You can catch it on Bolo VNR 2.0. I won't be live on Bolo VNR clips for the rest of the day. I don't think so. You never know. I might just go live on my phone and give y'all my raw reaction to what is going on. Kind of a behind the scenes type of vibe. You know what I mean? So thank you guys. See you later. How this a new folder come from? I first me see a new folder. No wonder there's a folder I go on, but jealousy and envy. Hey. One cock in the land. A whole heap of hen. Them dead. Right, because I'm still alive. People big up on themselves. Look more. No, sir, we can't bother. Boss a no brother. Boss one no man. Big up your chest. That's not the time for me, man. 1, 2, 3, 4 end. Right, what on there? Nah, man. But I are the boss. I are the general. Big up yourself, Splash DG. Yes, a JCF attacked by gangsters. Mother new video out. Yeah, people go check out Splash DG video, you know. Yeah. Yeah, man, go check him out. Go check out him channel. Alright? Ivan, big up yourself. Look more DG. Everybody. Sassy, everybody. The word is love here. Sooner or later.